After 91,000 miles, it is time to replace the power steering fluid. Never did that before, so I think that's a good idea to replace any fluid, even though they say sometimes it's lifetime. I don't believe in that, so I'm gonna do it. What I will need to do is jack up the car, secure it of course, and that is in order for me to move steering freely off the ground left and right later in the process. And what I will need to do is disconnect this hose, and I'm gonna replace it anyway. Just this part, I purchased whole piece that goes all the way down in the bottom. Hard to see, but it's a long piece. I'm just gonna replace this first portion of it and keep the rest just in case that I need it later. When I disconnect this hose, I'll drain all fluid by adding new fluid in, and just not to be messy, I will suck all fluid out from the reservoir, and that will be easier to work with. And let's see how it goes. I have 2 cases of power steering transmission fluid. It's same. I will need gloves, some pliers, stuff to take fluid out. And this is the hose that I was talking about. I'll purchase complete, but I will just replace first part. And what I need is a couple of empty water bottles or a bigger case when I drain the fluid, and that's all we need. Okay, car is now secured, and I will be able to move wheels freely without touching ground. I'm gonna take the fluid out. Alright, this is sucking good amount of fluid. Okay, this is how much I took out of the reservoir, and I like to show to everyone and myself the condition of the fluid so we can compare on the end, but I think it is well due to be replaced. Okay, and pull this off carefully to not damage the tank or something, but I will need to look like use a screwdriver and pull this off. It takes some effort and time to take this hose off. We need to be careful not to damage anything, but I was just wiggling back and forth, left and right, loosen up a little bit, and then pull little by little, and now it's off. Even though I will need to replace my hose, first part, I will still need to keep it connected to the return hose and connected to the empty water bottle, and put here just temporarily piece of hose that will prevent new fluid from leaking out while I go flushing. And I'm just gonna add now some fluid and move steering back and forth. I replaced bottles, and I'm gonna pour more of fluid in the tank, and we will repeat process with the steering left and right. You can see how it goes. You need to go all the way back, left to right. And this is one whole case of the new fluid. so far. This much I took out, and it is fairly dark old fluid. This is a third bottle of old fluid, and it's already getting reddish, so that's good. I'm going to do one more, and then I will stop because I'm already on second case of the new fluid. I'm going to do one more fill up, and that will be it, and then I'll just top off the reservoir. Okay, this is fourth case. It's fairly new. That's good. It is about to rain, so I'm not sure will I be able to finish right now, but what I need to do is now to replace this hose, return hose to this port, and once that is connected, I'll fill up the reservoir with the new fluid and then go with the steering back and forth to get air bubbles out, and that will be pretty much all process. Put new hose on the other end, and I will need to use my old clip for end that connects to the reservoir. I had to stop for a little bit due to the rain. I'll continue. Now that the rain stopped, after maybe almost a couple of hours, I'm gonna continue connecting this hose, and that will be the last part. Do it. I'll just need to wiggle it on. Whatever you do when you put this hose back on the container, be careful because you can break it. Take your time and just do it little by little. I did it good, but I was a little bit worried about how tight it is, which is good for the final process. It will not let it leak. Just be careful. All I need to do is to fill up the reservoir and get air bubbles out by moving the steering left and right, and I will not go over, just in case that I have enough oil fluid. I will first move it steering left and right, and then see how much I need to fill up the max. I will do this 3 to 4 times, all the way left to right, and that way I will get any air pockets out of. Good thing is that we don't need to start the engine, and we are off the ground, so it's easy to do it, and we can do as many times as we want for the good job. It doesn't leak anywhere. All connections are good after I move the steering. I'll pay a little bit more attention to that. I've up it off good, and then maybe after 30-40 miles I will check it again and make sure that all these connections are good and hose is not leaking. Now I'm just gonna top off the fluid and I'll be done. Here I like to compare two old one versus new one. Significant difference. After 91,000 miles, I'm glad I did it. It will be good refreshing for the steering system. I had to go back and forth with the steering wheel for maybe about 15 times, and I always had bubble, so after 15 times maybe I had 2 cycles, maybe 3 without any bubbles, and I think I'm good now with the no air in. I'm just going to top off the reservoir to the max line, and I'm done. I'm going to drive and then check it again, but this will be all what it takes to replace the fluid, and in my case I replaced a piece of hose. I just decided to do so, not necessary, but it was moisture a little bit around. So I hope this video helps somebody, as other videos from different people did. If you will have questions or comments, please do so. I would just suggest patience is very important for any job, but this one especially, and anybody can do it. Thank you for watching.